Hello, my love. I hope that this finds you well. I hope that you had a wonderful day yesterday, or at least one that was moderately enjoyable. I am thinking about you as always. Good morning to you. I was thinking about optimism, and I have always felt myself that I perceived things as the glass being half full, as the saying goes. And I was thinking about how that came to be or why that is so, and I do not have an answer in that regard. But I was thinking further about optimism and being optimistic, and the idea of how to do so, and I cannot say what can prescribe a mind shift overall, but I can recommend that when you find yourself dwelling on things that are pessimistic, that are that the outlook will not be good, one exercise to do is to take the opposite of that scenario. So the idea being that we can sit and perseverate about how things could go poorly and how things in our lives will go bad, which they may or may not, but we can think about it and project all of these horrible things happening. And we tend to get lost, or at least I found that I tended to get lost in these thoughts. Most often when I would wake up in the middle of the night with them racking in my brain. But the trick in that particular scenario is to take the opposite. That is, you are sitting there, lying there, whatever the case may be, imagining these parade of horribles, and once you catch yourself, once you realize that you are going down this rabbit hole, imagine the opposite. So take the extreme opposite of, you have a scenario and you've been thinking about how it goes poorly. Well, take that scenario and imagine, what if it went fantastic? What if it went very well? What if it went better than you could have imagined? And what does that outcome look like? And to run that through your head and to run with it and not let yourself get snagged by the doubts or the worries of what could happen, even if you think that those horrible things might be the most realistic outcome. It serves no purpose to perseverate on it and sink down into that hole. So you might as well turn the thoughts around, and a clear way to do that is to take the absolute opposite outcome of the one that you have been dwelling on. So that can't, as I said, change your mindset overall. And I don't think that that can make someone who is a pessimistic person into an optimistic person. But if you do find yourself caught in those thoughts, you can at least consider this exercise as a way to pull yourself slightly out of it. So I will leave you with that, and a recommendation that you check out the music of Ezra Furman, which I enjoyed greatly. I think part of it is because there's such a sort of a throwback feel to the music, and which I greatly enjoyed. But it's just also exuberant and moving and sometimes melancholy, but it's a wonderful mix of, for lack of a better term, rock and roll. So I recommend that you take a listen. And with that, I will bid you adieu.